Hello and welcome you again in the course of probability and statistics. Now in this lecture we should learn about the axiom of probability. Suppose we have a sample space say as to each event say capital A in some class say C of events we associate a real number say P of A and is read as say probability of A is called probability function. Now the first action for every event A in the class C, the probability of any event must be greater equal to 0. The second action for every event A in the class C, the probability of capital S, that is sample space, is equal to 1. That is probability of each and every outcome must be 1. Not if the set corresponding to event A and B are disjoints, that is the intersection of that two events is 5. We often say the events are mutually exclusive. Now using this knot we have to consider the third axiom for any number of mutually exclusive event A1, A2 and so on in the class C, the probability of A1 union A2 and so on is equal to probability of A1 plus probability of A2 and so on. The main thing is the all the events A1, A2, A3 and so on are mutually exclusive. That is the intersection of all the events are 5. In another words, we have to say that all the events are disjoints. There are no relation between these all events. Now, next we have to discuss some important property. Say first property, say if A1 is subset of A2, then probability of A1 less than or equal to the probability of A2, and probability of A2 minus A1 is equal to probability of A2 minus probability of A1. That is the two events satisfy the linearity property. Now if A1 subsets A2, so is graphically represented by this figure. Say A1 is the inside event and is subset of A2. That is all the elements, all the sample point A1 is also sample point of A2. And this green highlighted portion is represented by A2 minus A1. So by using this figure, we have to say that A2 is represented as the union of two sets. The first one is A1 and the second one is A2 minus A1. When we have to combine A1 and A2 minus A1, we have to get the A2. Where A1 and A2 minus A1 are mutually exclusive. So it's clearly seen that now there are no common element which are in A1 as well as in A2 minus A1. That is intersection of this inside circle and this outsides are 5. So by using this fact we have to write down the probability of A1 A2 is equal to probability of A1 plus probability of A2 minus A1. We have to use the fact that both the events, that is A1 and A2 minus A1, are mutually exclusive. So by rearranging we have to get probability of A2 minus A1 is equal to probability of A2 minus probability of A1, shifting this term on the right hand side. Since we have to see in the previous slide the probability of any of the events is greater equal to 0. So right now A2 minus A1 is again one of the events. So probability of these events is also greater equal to 0. So probability of A2 minus A1 is greater or equal to 0. So from this equation we have to say that the probability of A2 must be greater or equal to probability of A1. The second property, if A dash is the complement of A, then probability of A dash is 1 minus probability of A. Since we have A union with its complements, so definitely its sample space has, and A intersection A dash, that is phi, mutually exclusive events. So probability of A union A dash is equal to probability of S. And these are mutually exclusive because A and A dash, both the events at different sample point. So probability of A plus probability of A dash is equal to probability of sample space S. And in the second axiom we have to see that the probability of S is 1. So again, just by rearranging, we say that probability of A dash is 1 minus probability of A. Now the third property, if A and B are any two events, then probability of A union B is same as probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. So first of all, we have to see the Venn diagram. Say A union B is, see, these are the set A, these are set B, this highlighted portion is A intersection B, and this portion is also represented by B minus A intersection B. We have to cut this highlighted portion. So A union B is also represented as A union B minus A intersection B. Since the set A and B minus A intersection B are mutually exclusive, so again we have to use the axiom of probability. So probability of A union B is probability of A plus probability of B minus A intersection B. So again, by simplifying, probability of A is as it is a probability of B minus probability of A intersection B by using the linearity property. Now on the basis of this, we have to say the example. Say a single die is tossed once, find the probability of a 2 or 5 turning. So the sample space consists of, say, elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If we assign equal probability to the sample points, that is, if we assume that the dice is fair, that means each and every sides represents the different output, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It is not happen, say two sides represent say same number 1. Then probability of 1, probability of 2 and so on, probability of 6, all are same, say 1 upon 6. The event that either 2 or 5 turn up is indicated by 2 union 5, because our aim is we have to find out the probability of 2. So first element is 2, or is represented by union and 5. So we have to find out the probability of these events. Therefore probability of 2 union 5, and we know that when we have to toss a die, the probability of happening 2 as well as the probability of turning up 5 are mutually exclusive. It does not depend on each other. So by using the axiom, we have to say that its probability is equal to probability of 2 plus probability of 5. But probability of 2 as well as probability of 5, yeah, probability of any of the sample point is 1 by 6. So it is 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6. So 1 by 3. So probability of a 2 or 5 turning up is 1 upon 3. Next example, say card is drawn at random from an ordinary deck of 52 playing cards. find the probability that it is an first as. Second, a jack of heart. So third one, a 3 of club or 6 of diamond. So D, a heart. Say option E, any should accept heart. Say next option, a 10 or spade. The last option, neither a 4 nor a club. So before dealing with this example, let's use just for brevity. So H represents heart, S represents spade, D represents diamond, C represents club. Also, say 1 represents a S, 2 is simply 2, and so on 9. Up to 10 is simply 10. Jack is represented by 11, Queen is represented by 12, and King is represented by 13. So by using this notation, we have to deal to find out the probability of event A to event G. So for example, say 3 intersection H means 3 of H stand for heart, that is 3 of heart, while 3 union H means 3 or heart. In simply, intersection is represented by N and union is represented by O. So the first option, probability of S, and as we seen in the last slide, 1 is represent the probability of S. But in suits there are say 4 S, say S of heart, S of spade, S of diamond, S of club. So probability of S is probability of 1 intersection S, or probability of 1 intersection S, probability of 1 intersection D, probability of 1 intersection C, and all are mutually exclusive events. So we have to use the linearity property. So it's probability of 1 intersection H plus probability of 1 intersection S, and so on, probability of 1 intersection C. And each and every card has a unique probability 1 by 52. So 4 times, so 1 by 30. Now B, a jack of heart. We know that 11 represent the jack and hearts represent H. So jack of hearts, so 11 intersection H, and the probability of these events is, because it's a single card, so its probability is 1 by 52. The third one, a 3 of club, so 3 intersection C, or 6 of diamond, so 6 intersection D. Again, these two events are mutually exclusive, so by using linearity property, it represents as probability of 3 intersection C plus probability of 6 intersection D. And these are one single event or one sample point, so its probability is 1 by 52. Similarly, probability of 6 of diamond is 1 by 52. So probability of 3 of club or 6 of diamond is 1 by 26. The fourth option, we have to find out the probability of heart. So probability of hearts, so there are say 13 cards which represents this heart symbol. So probability of 1 intersection H or 2 intersection H or 13 intersection H. And each and every card has unique probability 1 by 15 too. So we have to get 1 by 52 13 times. So 1 by 4 represent the probability of heart. And it should accept hearts. Accept hearts, so it's represented by probability of H dash. And as for axiom, probability of H dash is 1 minus probability of H. In this last slide, we have to see that probability of H is 1 by 4. So probability of H dash is 1 minus 1 by 4, so is 3 by 4. A 10 or a spade. Now remember here, if A and B are any two events, then probability of A union B is probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of intersection of two events. Therefore, by using this fact, probability of 10 or spade, that is 10 union S, by apply this axiom, probability of 10, probability of S minus probability of 10 intersection S. And probability of 10 represent just single event, one sample point, so its probability 1 by 30. Probability of spade, Now spade in suit there are say 13 cards, so its probability is 13 by 52, that is 1 by 4. Probability of 10 intersection S, so it represents only one card and its probability is 1 by 52. So we have to get the probability of 10 of spade is 4 by 30. Neither a 4 nor a club. The probability of neither 4 nor club is represented by neither 4, that is complement of 4, nor a club, that is complement of C, and nor is represented by intersection. But we know that 4 complement intersection C complement is also represented by 4 union C whole complements. Therefore, probability of 4 complement intersection C complement is equal to probability of 4 union C whole complement. But again we have to apply the axiom 3. Say probability of A dash is 1 minus probability of A. So by using that fact, this can be represented as 1 minus probability of 4 union C. So is equal to 1 minus probability of 4 plus probability of C minus probability of 4 intersection C. So is equal to 1 minus, these are the single card, so its probability is 1 by 13. Probability of club, so there are 13 cards, so its probability 13 by 52, so is 1 by 4. And the last, probability of 4 intersection C, that is 4 of club, and it's again single card, so its probability is 1 by 52. So after simplifying all this, we have to get probability of neither 4 nor club is 9 by 13. So thank you all of you for paying your attention.